A man reproduces himself through his child, so when he leave here, he can just smile. But I see fit to stay here a while, maybe buy a timeshare somewhere, rock bumwear, beach chair, write a book each year. You can write yourself out of your blessings. Wreck your Lambo the first stages by driving too reckless. Time is too precious, these some obvious lessons. Please remind me to watch my step while I balance on edge and ski on the slopes of life. Slide down the Ave at night, watching them graphing graffiti on walls, that's the sight. Cars from Germany, I be pushing the fastest type. Look at the real estate, brother, I need the asking price. Imagine another rapper making me perspire. I got more styles and more flows, plus I'm much flyer. I got more heights to reach, but I'm already higher. I'm already on to the next thing. Peace and bless, King.
What's going on? What is going on, people? Happy 4th of July. I hope you guys are enjoying it, staying safe. It is close to 9 o'clock. You all should probably be wrapping it up. I wish I could say that was what was going on in my neighborhood. That's not necessarily the truth. I think they're just getting started with the fireworks. But I want you guys, whenever you check it, I hope you're being safe, you're staying safe, and you make it a great 4th of July weekend. Hope that you guys didn't work too hard on the grill. Hope you didn't eat too much, because tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow we get started, and I'll get into that shortly. Prior to that, let's get into some real estate news. Let's get into some real estate news real quick. All right, perfect. Let's look at what's going on in the housing market. This is as of, you see it there, 6/29/22. So last week, the end of the first half of the year. Let's take a look at some of this stuff, man. This stuff is so interesting to me. I'm sorry if I'm going to geek out on it, guys. We're going to get into the interest rates. You see right here that interest rates are currently at 5.81%, up close to 3% from last year. That's a huge and significant increase. That's a huge and significant increase. Regardless of what the home prices were last year, mortgages were still pretty affordable if you were getting these interest rates at 3.02. I saw some FHA mortgages that were at 2.75, 2.98 last year. They're up to 5.81. This is the correction in the housing market. Like right now, this is the correction. The correction is the interest rates. They're back to normal. For years, they were below 5%, 4%, and now they are getting back to normal. They are pretty much stabilizing. From my understanding, we should see another increase this month in July, a significant increase. I believe it's going to go up about 0.5% to 1% from what they're saying. The government is attempting to get this inflation handled. We'll see. We'll see. You see the pending home sales on average went from 115 homes pending to 99. It's down a little bit. The builder confidence is down. Builders are finally starting to give us lowly realtors commission rates. Builders are tough, man, but you got to, if you want to watch the housing market, watch the builders, because they're business. Most of them are business people. You know, it's a business. It's ran by profit. So when you start to see when they are up, they're not, and it's a real seller's market. They're not giving realtors, they're not giving buyers anything. But as the market starts to shift, we start to see them start, giving out incentives, giving out commissions, etc. So if you really want to pay attention to the housing market, pay attention to the big builders, especially the big builders out there, because they are running a business and they're not here just to say what they need to say. They want to make a profit, but when you start to see them incentivized, you're starting to see a shift in the market. We see unemployment. Unemployment is down. Great. People are getting back to work. Love to see it. Locally, employment is down to 2.5%. People had to start working. You stop giving out those incentives to keep people from working, and there was reasoning for it. And now we're back to business. Shout out to the governor. I don't even know what housing starts is. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. It's existing home sales. I'm in Palm Beach County. That's what I like to pay attention to. We see existing home sales is down from 377 That's an interesting number. I thought it would be much higher than that, seeing as the inventory is increasing. The inventory is up 40% from last year, or from the actually not from last year, from the bottom, from the well, like we were at 14,000 homes on our local MLS. We're up to about 22, 23,000 now. When I started, I keep telling you guys, it was around 50 to between 50 and 60,000 is where it hovered. Really between 50 and 55,000 homes that were on the market. Um, and now we're seeing the home sales. The home sales are down just a little bit. Here's the inventory, and this is what I meant. It is actually adding all of these together. So we're starting to see more homes come on market now, and they are staying on the market still. Not a lot of days. That's why I don't believe there's going to be this huge housing crash that a lot of people are perpetuating it to be, just because there's so many people who are still waiting to buy homes. Millennials have at this time are the largest home buyers in the country. They are looking for homes, they want homes. They still want to buy. Let me see, I got a couple of comments. Shouts out to Joel and Tenacity Foundation. Didn't I just jump in, brother? I jumped in and I didn't do my normal housekeeping, guys. Remember on Wednesdays, the Tenacity Foundation featuring Joel is interviewing different people with It Starts With Me. Check him out on Wednesdays at around 12:30 is when those episodes drop. And of course, on Fridays, we have Community Beacon. Um, this month on Community Beacon, we're talking about freedom. We're talking about coming of age. Lots of stuff that we'll be delving into. I'm excited about it. I like you guys to check us out on Community Beacon 6:30s on Fridays. Okay, perfect. Listen, this is the perfect segue into what I wanted to talk about today. Well, it's not. It's actually not the perfect segue. The perfect segue would have went from the number. But what I wanted to talk about today was, oh, first let me talk about the book. I'm reading. Uh, I'm still reading the Four Agreements. Remember last week, I told you guys that I'm going to be focusing on one agreement this month. This month it's going to be don't make assumptions. That's the agreement that I will be focusing on the month of July. If you guys want to focus on it with me, feel free. I do have an extra copy of the book, The Four Agreements. So if you'd like a copy of the book, actual hard copy, you don't have to have the Audible or getting read to. For those of you who do like to have a copy of the book that you can highlight and make marks in, I have an extra copy. If you like it, let me know. Send me a DM, a message. I'll get it to you. Um, Says I wasn't live on Facebook. I'm live on Facebook. Hopefully, I'm live on Facebook now. Show's not going to be long, guys. I told you guys this month marks the second half, so you have a chance, and try to do it as soon as possible, to see if you are meeting your halftime goals. And now is a great time to make the adjustment. Let's be honest, guys. There's 4 quarters in a year. We're in the third quarter. The fourth quarter is really ramping up for the first quarter, right? We're still going to be working, we're still going to be doing things, but you should start be getting your marketing together. You should really start doing your projections for your first quarter of the year, right? So normally, people start the year before, through the quarter before, to get really ramped up for the first of the year. That being as it's made, because a lot of us don't operate like that because we don't know. We're not operating as a business. That's what this thing here is about, is to operate as a business. What are your second half? What are your first half numbers? What are the adjustments that you need to make? Because you need to make them tomorrow, right? If you're not on track to hit your goals, if you are on track to hit your goals and you need to make your goals a little bit bigger, or if you need to scale back because you want to start to take it easy. Like, this is a great time for you guys to actually look at your goals. And then I have it on the screen here. We're talking about the metrics, the numbers that you're using in order to evaluate if you've hit your goals or what goals you are, the KPIs, which are the key performance indicators. What exactly is it that you have to do in order to say, okay, I am on the right track, or I'm not on the right track? You need to log it in. This is going to be a short show. This, the only reason why it's a short show is because this is a lot. because a lot of us are going from businesses that are based on feelings, which means absolutely nothing, to businesses that are fueled by the numbers. Your business has to be fueled by the numbers, not your feelings. It's always good to have a good day, right? But what's happening when you have these bad days? What's happening on days that you don't necessarily want to do the activities that you need to do in order to have to run and have a successful business, to turn profits, etc. That's what you're in business for. If you're not in business to turn profits, I get it. You need to add value. You need to care about your customer. It would be nice if you were passionate about what it is that you're doing. At the end of the day, businesses turn profits, and if it's not turning profits, it's more than likely a hobby, and that's fine. But let's start to differentiate between whether we have a hobby or whether we have a business. Okay, so start thinking about your metrics. Start thinking about your key performance indicators. One of the greatest business minds ever said it, Peter Drucker. What gets measured gets improved. I like you guys to think about that. When you start getting off base with your health and your fitness and your nutrition, what's going on? 9 times out of 10, you stop jumping on that scale. And one day turns into another day turns into another day. Next thing you know, you're up 20 pounds. Is what we say. Oh, these 20, 10, 20, 30 pounds came out of nowhere. They came out of somewhere. You stopped tracking your numbers. It's just as simple as that. Same thing with your business. All of a sudden, you've overspent. All of a sudden, you haven't hit your goals. You're the profits. You're not in the. You're in the red. Like you. This happens because you stop, more than likely stop tracking your numbers. I'm telling you this because it's happened to me. So how do you know you need to make the adjustments? You get to check your numbers. Have someone, maybe you need to have someone that holds you accountable for checking your numbers. Because sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get into that habit. So what gets measured gets improved. Continue to check your numbers. Continue doing what it is, those activities. Because as long as you're doing those activities, you'll start to eventually you get to a snowball effect. And more so, you get to make the adjustment if you're not seeing these effects over time. Okay, guys? Second and last thing I want to talk about. I want you guys to be crystal clear on the business that you're in. I want you to be crystal clear on the business that you are in. First and foremost, I know it's a negative word, sales. You are a salesperson. You are selling your business. You are selling your ideal. You are selling a lifestyle. You are selling yourself, showing how you are adding value to relationships, whatever it is. You need to really get down and figure out what business that you're in. I get it. We go into business because we want to help people. We go into business because, for restaurants, we like to cook. We go into business. I don't know what's another popular business. You cut hair. You like to cut hair. You're very talented at cutting hair. You're artistic, right? I don't even know where that came from, but essentially that's what we tend to go into. We tend to go into businesses for things that we think that we're passionate about, that we like. That's all fine and dandy. It's always great to be passionate. It's always great to have a love for what it is that you're doing. But make no mistake about it, you can love it all you want. You can be passionate about it as much as you want. But if you are not turning a profit, it is a hobby. Your time is better spent doing something else, because you're going to need money in order to survive. And I'm sure you're doing these businesses because you want to be fruitful. You want the businesses to be fruitful. You want them to multiply. You know where that reference comes from. So it's very, very important that we understand what it is that we're doing. I understand we have social media. Social media is not, for the most part, is not sales. Okay, here's my pet peeve, guys. Here's the real quick pet peeve. You have the social media. Social media actually can be the top, is top of the funnel sales, brand awareness. It is marketing. That is the top of your funnel. I have a pet peeve for people who are doing things on social media and they don't want to spend money on ads, or understand how to spend money on ads. or really get into that realm. Because if you're going to be doing it, you might as well do it right. And to do it right, you have to have a, you would like that, you should have a budget, even if it's $100 a month. You should have a budget. And you should start to figure out how to target the people that you want to deal with and get them into your top of the funnel, which is the brand awareness, the understanding. Give them something of value that they can take with them and they can refer to, and you can call them up, or you can DM them and email them and ask them if they got it, and start. And here's one of the best things, excuse me, your email list. What is that looking like? Do you even have one? And on your email list, what exactly are you giving these people of value? And I had a conversation with a brother recently in regards to this is one of the reasons why I have a conversation about figuring out what your demographic is or what your niche is, because a lot of us do have email lists and a lot of us are sending things out, but our demographic that we targeted or that we're marketing to is so broad and wide that we're sending people things that they don't perceive as value because we're not talking directly to them. So anytime you start to generalize things, and you're not segmenting your audience, I'm getting a little technical, you're not segmenting your audience and you're getting so broad and so wide, you start to turn everybody off. People want you to talk, you're in business, you need to find your demographic, you need to talk to people who are people want you to talk specifically to them. People want you to talk to their pain. And the best way to do it en masse, because you can't have a talk with everybody every day. That's not the most time effective. But you can do that if you start to segment your audiences. You can say, okay, today I'm talking to males over the age of 25. Tomorrow I'm talking to women over the age of 32. Like between this, between a certain demographic, and you're segmenting your emails, you're segmenting. But I think before a lot of us even get into that, we need to figure out what our target audience is, and then we can send this stuff out to them. Sounds good. Listen, guys, I said this was only going to be 15 minutes. It's already 17 minutes, and I'm leaving. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. It's 9:15. I appreciate you guys for checking in. Guys, remember, it starts with me with the Tenacity Foundation, Joel Simmons. Guys, I love him to death. Brother of mine, check him out. Check out his channel. Check out his programs that he has going on. And of course, Friday, the Community Beacon. Check that out. We're talking about some really in-depth stuff. Those things that we can turn into courses. There's so much impactful and there's so much stuff in there that we're talking about that a lot of us need. We are in Community Beacon. There is a lot of stuff that we talk about that can give you some hope in order to change your life. You want to change your life? I think so. I think a lot of us want to change our life and take our lives to the next level, right? And this is the time. We've never been in a better point, in a better situation to be able to use these platforms and to form a network in which we all can help each other out and take each other to the next level. Check out Community Beacon. That's what that's about. Of course, guys, if you are looking to buy or sell real estate here in South Florida, you know anyone who's looking to buy or sell real estate in South Florida, please have them DM, text, or call me. Have a quick 15-minute consultation to figure out what it is that I can do to help them, or if I can point them in the right direction. I love to do it. Other than that, guys, listen, have a happy 4th. Be safe. Tomorrow's another day, man. Let's finish out this year strong. Make your second half better than your first half. Matter of fact, work so hard that at the end of the year, you can take those 2 to 3 weeks off and enjoy yourself with your family, or by yourself, or take a trip, or do whatever it is that you want to do. But you have to put in the work. The work starts now. The work starts tomorrow. I will see you guys later. I love it. Thank you guys for checking in. Peace.
A man reproduces himself through his child, so when he leave here, he can just smile. But I see fit to stay here a while, maybe buy a timeshare somewhere, rock bumware, beach chair, write a book each year. You can write yourself out of your blessings, wreck your Lambo the first stage just by driving too reckless. Time is too precious. These some obvious lessons. Please remind me to watch my step while I balance on edge and ski on the slopes of life. Slide down the Ave at night, watching them graphing graffiti on walls, that's the sight. Cars from Germany, I be pushing the fastest type. Looking at real estate, brother, I need the asking price. Imagine another rapper making me perspire. I got more styles and more flows, plus I'm much flyer. I got more heights to reach.